Hey, Tom.
Hey, Curtis.
Do you need a beer, bud?
Yeah, I do, buddy.
There you go.
Nice. Time to power up.
Let's do a podcast.
Let's do it. And on that note, welcome to the Great Canadian Hosers.
And guests.
Welcome, friends, and you are our friends. And we have two friends in here now.
Hell
Introduce
yeah, we
yourself
do.
there, brother. Oh, sorry. Cut you off just like that.
No, it's all right.
Who's that? Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Hey guys, I'm Riley. I met Tom about 2 months ago, and it was probably the worst decision of my life. But
Absolutely.
So many people have suffered
man.
the same
Shing, shing. Get the knives out.
consequences.
Knife hands.
Back then.
And we have his buddy here, too, who is our buddy as well. And it's Liam, isn't it?
Hell yeah, Liam Blanche.
Liam Blanche,
Just
you
here
learning your
hanging
last
out.
name?
Oh
He
yeah,
threw his last name in.
People will find you now.
that's okay.
This makes it
They
big.
can find me if they
You're
want.
gonna have some stalkers.
I mean, that's kind of the idea. It's like this is like a beachhead. This is how I get into the entertainment industry.
Are you a
man.
bachelor? Are you looking to score some tail from this super successful podcast series?
Oh, man.
I don't know about Liam, but I'll take kale anywhere I can get it.
Kale? You like to eat kale?
Kale's okay.
Yeah, no,
but
that's me.
Chasing kale.
I'm chasing kale.
I mean, you guys are that generation, I can tell you. You're born right before
no
the
clue what the
2000s.
slang is talking
Therefore, you're the kale generation.
Busting tail,
Ew,
crushing
kale.
kale.
Gross.
That's why you guys are so healthy looking and young
Oh yeah,
and
no,
youthful.
yeah.
I bet you the shit smell awful, though.
Thank God there's no face cam.
Oh, man.
Good Lord. Well, I was going to ask, do either of you want to shotgun a beer?
I will shotgun a beer for sure.
you wanna
too
kick it off?
Is it too early?
Never too early.
Truly, it was at 4 o'clock.
It's a Sunday, man. I got nothing going on.
It's a good idea. Curtis, can I use your keys? Because I seem to misplace my knife.
It should be right there, buddy. Pontiac.
We're kicking this thing off, eh?
Oh yeah. So is this one of the segments? We just get.
It is now.
Hell yeah, I
Is
like
this
it.
Is this the first time we're doing this?
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
The last foursome we had two guys shotgun beers.
Oh, you guys aren't shotgunning? It's just me and Liam here.
I fucked with you. 4 of us, actually.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Well, right on. At least we're on the same level here, same pay grade.
Yeah, two times in a row now. Wow.
Well, if they're watching this podcast, I hope they've seen the adventures of 8-Bit Tom and his shotgunning.
Oh, man,
yeah.
you're just breaking right into that already, aren't you?
Hell
I
yeah,
mean,
we
go,
are.
buddy.
Yeah, he's referring to the rise of 8-Bit Tom, which is a small part of a small video series.
Billy Buck Roscoe, I'm still waiting to hear back, bud.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what the
just
hell
want
is
some
going on
friendly
there.
friendly fucking... Just fucking answer my emails, damn it.
Please be my friend.
See, I always thought I had to wash my
Buddy.
mouth, and then I realized, oh wait, where am I? 8-Bit Tom Studio. I can say whatever the hell I want.
Oh
Yeah, I mean, within reason.
Within reason, but
don't,
I'm assuming fucks on the table.
Yeah, we just don't want any nail bombs at her doors.
Any nail bombs.
Let's watch the Mohammeds.
All right, don't worry.
we are a bunch of savages, so it's fine.
Yeah, we'll make sure the takes
Who
aren't
else
too
wants
hot.
one of these? It's open, by the way. Hold on a sec.
Hell yeah.
Curtis, you want one too?
Yeah, why
Curtis, you want one too,
Oh, okay.
man?
I'll try not to blow it up my nose.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of funny. We ate breakfast at Curtis's place there.
This morning?
No, it was a couple weeks ago.
Last weekend, sir.
It was a good breakfast, and Curtis there was eating some good old chow and fucking went down the wrong hole, so came right back out.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely
That'll
All
do
over
it.
his
jumpstart
shirt,
your morning,
chunks
you know?
everywhere.
That'll do it for sure. Have you guys ever been to Soda Jerks, the burger place?
Yeah.
You know, you can buy old mill shotguns for like $3.
I
Wait,
do
you
know
can
that.
get shotguns at a
You can buy
burger
shotgun
place?
beer. Like they'll poke the holes and everything. It's
There you
$3
go,
a
Curtis.
shotgun of beer.
That's a new business opportunity, Tom.
Yeah, honest to God, cut in on that a little bit.
It's crazy.
3
$3.
Dude, talking about 3.1 seconds for me to shotgun a tall boy. Like,
It's something else.
Well, I mean,
Are we doing it right now? Are we going?
hold on, wait. I'm doing one too. Hold on. I'm still putting the hole in. I got to make sure the gap is perfect. You got to get that good
One
sized hole
square inch gap, the
Oh,
bottom
yeah.
of the can.
at least.
regulation size.
Fuck, I don't want to get beer all
Regulation
over this expensive equipment.
Oh no.
Well, fucking watch yourself then.
I'm not the shotgunner that 8-Bit Tom is, that's for sure.
Okay, guys. So arm, kind of put that headphone thing away behind you when you do it.
What?
And,
Oh,
Here we go. See?
I see.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Good throw.
Oh yeah.
And with that,
That's how you start a podcast off right. Hell yeah.
Alcoholism, yay!
We're friends now.
Oh yeah. Is that like a bonding ritual?
Bonded by alcohol.
Hi, Mom.
You got some left in there. There you go.
Oh, Curtis pointed out that Riley had a tiny bit of beer left in. Oh, Liam also.
Fuck's sakes.
It's
Seems
okay,
like
they're
these
young.
boys are just
They're
trying
learning.
Like a smidge. Like
Oh,
a
smidge.
Like
Smidge, boys, you know that's alcohol abuse.
Zero smidge tolerance.
I can appreciate
So our
that.
two guests today were actually co-stars in the Rise of It But Tom video, which would be the third installment of the Rise of It But
That's right,
Tom
Curtis.
series.
Episode 3, kind of like the Return of the Jedi, but not as majestic.
Depicting
Oh,
the
clearly
I
more
wouldn't say
majestic.
that. I'd say more majestic.
The
at
Well,
nice-
least.
you guys really give me way too much positivity. on this
depicting
here.
the 1984 Beer Olympics, which 8 But Tom was actually the successor and won for the first time for
It was.
Canada.
Probably because America wasn't around. Also, I think the referee might have had something to do with it.
The referee was played by Riley here.
Played to a T by
And-
local legend Riley Smith.
Local legend.
Do you remember your line from Agostino there, the Italian guy?
I don't, but I mean, it's
Just-
gotta be
Just say
like,
something.
it's a me, Agostino.
There it is. That's
That's
good.
pretty much. That's why they pay me the big bucks right there, man.
Could sound more pure.
At least you got the curls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly,
it really
right?
does. Does look,
I mean,
you do look Italian a bit.
you look kind of greasy, and the curls are on par. It was very well
Greasiness
done.
says, sorry there. Mamma mia. Oh.
I can't remember the line.
Oh.
You said. Good line. That's the best acting you've ever seen. Well, actually, no.
Keeping my eye on you this year, man.
That's it. I'll keep an eye on you this year, man.
Sorry, Curtis, you're about to compliment me, so do you want to go back to that?
Riley had the best acting technique, and he was tenacity because
It wasn't bad. I would definitely have him again for
Oh,
sure.
okay, that's good. That's good.
100%.
You remembered lines. I mean,
I did, yeah.
I don't think anyone else could do that.
Yeah, no, I
And
only
they
have
were
like
difficult
I'm
lines.
not fucking around here. This is Billy Buck Roscoe we're talking about.
Billy Buck fucking Roscoe.
if
the
I'm not going to
man.
remember my fucking lines, is he going to make a video back for us?
I hope to hear from him. Billy, I'd love to hear from you, buddy. Come on, just reach back. I sent him to you, man. I love you. I love you, buddy.
That's what we need to kick this thing
I
off.
love you, Billy. You're the person I stood up for. Everywhere in the cafeteria lines are like, why are you drinking beer that quick? That's lame. I'm like, no, Billy does it, so I gotta do it too.
Aw.
Well, I mean, you pretty much spent the last two videos shit-talking him and how you can do it better.
Hey,
So-
Tom is opening up here. Don't.
Yeah, come on, man. It's
I'm just
redirect the
saying,
moment.
like that could be an excuse to not reply to the video, but hey.
I'm sorry, Billy. I was just trying to get your attention. I thought maybe shit talking to you might get a response. Come on, man.
yeah, no, that motherfucker's American though. You know, he's got a big head.
Oh,
Arrogant, right? He's
Nah, I
He's
mean,
an American patriot, guys.
have you seen some Canadians, Liam? I mean, there's that stigma that we're the nicest people around, but I mean,
yeah, when you live here, you know that's not a.
I've had
not
my fair
true.
share of
It's
dick
like-
bags.
Oh yeah.
This is a moment for the
Oh, that's
Bareface whiskey.
Bareface.
Hell yes.
Is that the sponsor for this podcast?
Well, Bareface is some pretty good stuff there, Riley.
Yeah, I
It's
wish.
stuff made of legends as well. Puts
But
hair on
we
your
do
chest.
kind of have a sponsor, don't we, Thomas?
What kind of?
Who's the sponsor?
Rock hard.
We're not going to rock hard this early.
What is rock hard?
I mean, analog brewing. Yes.
Analog brewing out there. We do not have any beautiful analog brewing purchases with us, but you can still go there from Thursday.
Well, you
to
could have said we
Saturday.
did. They can't see that we're drinking Lucky.
Well, oh shit. Well,
Nice one. Nice
I
one to
don't
piss
lie
off
to
the
the
sponsors.
viewers. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
we're
Shit.
drinking Lucky today, but
you
we're
guys-
still
Are you guys good?
Oh,
we
I'm
still
good,
love
man,
analog.
thanks. I'm
Analog's
I mean,
still
if you don't mind,
in our
just,
hearts.
Oh yeah, sure.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, you hear that?
Oh hell yeah.
Did you get me a glass to put ice in it? Just so,
That's the sound of success.
oh, if that's the case, then yeah, I'll take a little bit. What the hell, right?
Yeah. Look at those glasses. They're like from the 70s, man.
From the 70s. I look like I'm from the 70s.
No, the glasses. The glasses.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my glasses. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're looking like
be.
fucking Buddy Holly over there.
No disrespect to the 70s, of course. I mean, I'm a millennial, so I can't say a whole lot, but
The three of us here are trying Bareface just neat right now. A little bit of water, and what do you guys think?
Down the hatch.
holy fuck, that's good.
Yeah, that's some pretty smooth shit.
I'm not a big whiskey guy, but that's pretty good.
Thanks, Bareface.
Thanks, Bareface. Thanks, Analog. Thanks, Lucky. Cover my bases.
In that order.
Best for last.
That's right.
The audio is sounding really good.
Yeah,
It is.
honestly, it is. Yeah.
Good job, Tom.
Thanks, guys.
That's why we do
Crisp.
this the day before, because it makes a difference sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely had to. That big blue mountain there next to you is my drum kit, and I had to put something over it, or the cymbals would ring, and probably the hi-hat would fuzz and whatnot. So
Free sound effects. Less editing.
Yeah, Tom has got one of those blankets that you typically have when you're moving, so a moving blanket, I guess.
but that's technically a soundproof blanket. They look
Yeah.
identical. Yes.
Oh man, it's weird. Like I can't hear anything in this room. Well, I can, but I mean,
But just through the headphones.
Yeah, just through
no,
the
it-
headphones,
it-
like
it-
You'll get over that at some point.
Yeah, that's why Thomas is so crazy. He spends so much time in this sound-insulated room that eventually you go nuts.
you're just isolated
You do go
alone
nuts.
with your drum set.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I mean, you've
The
heard about that
flashbacks-
before, right?
The flashbacks.
When
I've had.
people are in a zero
zero sound.
Yeah,
proof
deprivation
Noise.
chamber.
sound
Or-
deprivation chamber.
There it is.
It's so unnatural for the human mind that there's been cases where subjects have gone insane just from like 8 hours in there.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I can imagine that.
That is bizarre. Have you seen the thing where it's like the chamber where they put them in the chamber? It's completely soundproof, and you can't hear anything, but they're just in water. They're laying in water. The lights are off.
Yeah, I
That's
think
a
like,
sensory deprivation chamber.
That's the yeah. That's
so
what it is.
you're
Yeah,
actually
that's a bit
floating.
different.
You're actually floating in sort of salt water at body temperature.
Oh,
and
I
it-
couldn't do that. Fuck that. No,
No,
that's
like-
totally different.
in
That's
the
way
pitch
different.
black.
I would
and-
never.
and-
No,
I can do
millions.
it.
No.
I have tinnitus,
I
so it just
mean-
drives me crazy. Like it's just constant ringing in my ears.
Yeah, but don't they usually give them ketamine before they go in there?
That's,
No, you don't get given anything.
Is that what happens?
No, it's
I mean, I think
recommended-
they've done that before.
It's
that doesn't
recommended that you
happen.
smoke
It doesn't
weed.
happen like that.
I mean,
They
if
don't
that's
drug
part of
you
the
up before putting you in there. Hey, do you want to go into this chamber that's already
No,
scary?
man. That's what Joe Rogan
yeah,
does.
Yeah, I
He-
do.
he
Well,
smokes
do you want some drugs first? Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Totally, that's part of the deal.
No.
Joe Rogan smokes a big fucking joint and then goes in his own personal sensory deprivation.
Oh my god.
If I had the
would
money
go
for my
insane.
own
course he
sensory
does.
deprivation chamber,
Prizes their own third eye opened.
There's a few places around Los Angeles. I don't know about Edmonton, but these are stores that are opening up. You can go and rent it out, just like a suntan spa, sun tanning salon, sun tanning.
Yeah.
Us men don't know what those things are called.
No, we do not.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Suntan chamber.
I was forced to
Suntan
do it when I was
pod.
little. We were about to go to California, and my parents thought it'd be a good
I
idea
did
to build
that
up a
once
tan
too.
before we went down there.
Yeah.
And it was something
You
else.
were a lobster.
I
Red lobster.
I was almost a red lobster, but I have to say those tanning booths prevented that. I got a little bit of a tan before I left.
Good.
There you go. Did they give you any ketamine before you went in?
No, they didn't. I took my own dose, of course.
Were you giving some drugs?
Fuck, that's a good business idea, though. Hey, come
yeah.
tan. We'll give you some ketamine.
Hey, honey,
Yeah, you
what are we
will.
doing for a honeymoon? We're getting kenamined. That's what it's called now.
We're gonna go fucking tan.
Well, with that, Curtis, did you want to maybe go into rugby international standings?
Yeah, totally. So, the only team that really matters, in my opinion, is the Newcastle Falcons.
Well, you know now it's the Heineken Cup, right?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is the Heineken Cup.
It's a Gallagher's Cup
Well, it's called here the Heineken's Champions Cup.
because that's a different league.
Well, okay, well, we're not talking about... Okay, sorry. Let me restart. We're not doing international rugby. We're doing the good shit, the Premiership rugby.
Premiership England. So that is now sponsored by Gallagher. It's Gallagher's Cup now.
Well,
The
here it says
Heineken-
Heineken's Champions
Let
Cup.
me explain, good
Oh.
sir.
Stretching
In the
this.
rules of rugby in Europe, international teams that are not representing their nations are considered in the Champions or Challenge Cup. The Champions Cup is the first division of the rugby within the Italy and France and England and Scotland and Ireland, I would say.
Yeah.
And,
fuck yeah, Italy.
Best in Europe. That's what it is. Champions Cup is best in Europe, and then the Challenge Cup, if you win that, you're the worst of the best of the Europe.
Okay, well, I like that cup.
Therefore, that's what you see the Irish teams playing. So
But it was the Aviva Premiership Cup, too.
that is the Premiership. That is English Premiership.
That's all I care about.
Exactly, good sir. And this year it is called the Gallagher Cup.
It says here Heineken Champions Cup.
That is because it is a Champions Cup. It is not the Premiership. For fuck's sake, sir.
But it's the same team, like, there's Leinster here.
Yes, it is the
Wasps.
same teams, but in different leagues, good sir.
So I was going to explain that there's 5 pools of different teams, and they all go against each other, and then those best teams go against one another. That's what it says right here,
Good
man.
sir. That is for the Europe. That is for Europe, not England. It is the Premiership in England and Champions Cup of all of Europe.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to talk about.
Who cares about that? It's the Premiership that really matters around here. So.
Well, that's our rugby for this week. So on to the next subject.
Okay, so this is the Canadian hosers. We're not going to talk about hockey at all. I mean, it was just playoff season.
Yep.
Well, it still is.
No, we're still going to talk about hockey. I got a couple things I have to
You
say.
got to go down the list to one thing
I got-
at a time.
okay, so-
Okay, one thing at a time.
shit.
NHL
We
Stanley
got
Cup
segments.
is happening right now.
It is.
It's still
Indeed it
fucking
is.
going on.
It's still going on.
I've seen a couple games, and what I've seen so far is actually pretty fucking awesome. Like, I've seen a lot of dirty fucking hits and people getting ejected. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
I
why
don't
That's
know.
kind of what it's about.
Have any of you watched the Vegas game? Where they were I can't remember
I did check the Vegas game, but they're
did?
out already. Yeah,
the penalty,
Vegas
the 5-minute penalty.
yeah. He
That was
had that coming.
Oh,
had
he
that
did.
Coming.
People are saying that, like, and here's the thing with the playoffs is the refs don't try to intervene in the games because they don't want to change the outcome of the game. And that was a call. The team was leading 3-1. The 5-minute penalty, they won the game through that 5-minute penalty alone.
100%.
100% they did. But if you are leading 3-1 and you are playing like an idiot and hit a dirty cross check, you deserve that loss. Like, why are you playing like an idiot? That's my opinion. Whether it's a bad call or not, that is what I think.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
How about the Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins this time?
Maple
around?
Leaf ain't up there anymore.
I know, but it wasn't that a good series.
It was.
He's super disappointing in the last
But
game.
it's actually, I find it more awesome to see Bruins versus
Columbus.
Blue Jackets right now because they're playing like fucking really good hockey. Like it's good old hockey, boys.
Old-fashioned.
It's good old
hockey.
fashioned hockey.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
Same thing with New York Islanders versus Carolina or Hurricanes. Last time I saw them play that good was when Oilers made it to the finals and they played here, and there was that riot on White Ave. You remember that fucking riot
I
on White
remember,
Ave?
I remember that riot.
I was
remember
there.
that riot.
Pallets on the streets on fire, people
No,
hanging from the
it was not a
electrical
riot.
lines.
It was a casual Canadian walk.
With a few fires
People
here
were
and
few
there.
hanging on
fires
like
involved.
electrical lines. People were like
As
pissing off
as
the
is
roofs of
tradition in
buildings.
Canadian hockey night in Canada.
Tip-
But correct me if
vehicles.
correct me if I'm wrong. Nobody gets shot.
No
Nobody
one got
died.
shot. No one died.
Or
No.
sorry,
That- that
sorry,
is-
sorry.
that is a
Oh,
Canadian
no
riot.
Worries, no worries about it. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's on fire. Oh, sorry about that. Oh,
Flip
shit.
that car. Flip that car. Break that window. Break that window
Oh, it's
too.
okay. We'll pay for it later.
That's what it is. And
Damn it, Jerry! Why do you have to break my window every night? I'll pay you tomorrow, Frank. It just was part of my blood. Get the hell out of here. I'm telling your wife.
yeah, it's good to be Canadian.
Yeah. That
Oh,
was
hell
good.
yeah.
Our weather sucks,
Hell
but
yeah.
It's not bad.
it's not. It's
Well, it's not bad. It snowed a couple times during like bright sunny days, so that kind of sucks.
All right. Let's first of all,
Indeed.
what day is it today? May.
We're May the 5th.
we're May 5th.
Cinco de
May
Mayo,
5th
my man.
today.
Cinco de Mayo.
I guess so, eh?
Our listeners probably won't hear this episode about a month after recording.
Really?
Okay, so
But this is the week, guys, the three people that listen. This is the week where it snowed for 2 fucking weeks straight.
Yeah, that's
And-
kind of bullshit. Hey,
It
It
is
is, it is
bullshit,
bullshit. And I
man.
had a lot of shifts where I required to work outside, but they got canceled because of the snow. So
You know what? I'm
Yeah.
totally fine with it because I know at some point in the summertime it's going to be blistering hot and super dry. So we need this cold weather and the rain and precipitation at this time of year. So that way, later in spring and the summertime, it isn't so fucking brutal.
no, you're right.
yeah,
you're right.
that's true. I just wish I didn't have to worry about dying on the way to work every day.
Oh man, sometimes the roads are just brutal.
Freedom is a bitch. Sorry, could you see, Tom? What's going on?
Stop talking towards Riley.
Because okay, yeah, no worries, bud. I got it right here.
Okay,
We're
thanks.
using directional microphones, some of us, so we got to be pretty specific.
I was trying to be all fucking sniper, do a cool. I did a quack quack thing and I aimed one way. I thought that was good. enough.
Riley. Quack quack
Quack
Riley.
quack, right.
You're
Quack
talking
quack
to
to your
a guy
right.
that can't say Pacific.
Pacific.
Pacifically.
Specifically.
Specifically,
Specifically.
Is this a trap?
Do we want to get?
It feels
this
like
a
a
trap?
trap.
Do you want to get into some subject matter?
Sure.
yeah, let's do it. Let's get into some subject matter.
Okay, so
Sink our teeth
Ryan
in?
and Liam,
Oh, yeah.
are younger guys. They're only about 10.
I'm sorry. It's the Manili. Oh my god.
Jesus
The Milli
Christ, Tom.
Vanilli.
It's the millennial way of saying it, so it's Liam.
Once again, this podcast is sponsored by Bareface
Right.
Whiskey.
That's enough, Riley. Okay, what is it, Curtis? Go ahead.
We have 2 younger guys today, and I was just hoping to talk about the difference between growing up in the 90s and growing up in the 2000s. because there is a significant difference in culture and
Huge difference.
society and technology between the 2 decades, obviously. And we don't really have any younger friends like you guys, I don't think.
Yeah,
So
I think you guys are the
we
youngest.
just want to pick your brains on a few
what's
subject
that
matters
like?
today.
Pick away.
Do you guys
the
ever
babies
go
are the-
riding bikes together?
I did a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
But once I got my vehicle, there's no point. Because here's the thing about bike riding. In Alberta, it's not very convenient to be an avid bike rider with our 8-month-long winters. So in the wintertime, you need a place to get around to. You start driving. In the summertime, you're not going to stop driving to go biking. You're going to start driving again.
Yeah, but Leduc was a good town for that in the summer, though.
It was.
because
Like-
you could get anywhere on a bike in that
it
like
was.
little community.
Absolutely, you could. Like, I mean, it's to go across town to Leduc is probably about, like, what, a 10, 12-minute drive?
Oh
That's
yeah,
a good half-hour bike ride then.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Leduc for those guys that don't know?
Leduc is probably the town
This
you
shit-ass
missed.
French town south of Edmonton.
Oh, we're not
No, no, no,
French.
no, no, no.
We're not
That-
French. That's Beaumont.
Thank you
Oh,
very
what the hell
much.
did
That's
Blair
fucking
say it was?
Beaumont.
What did Blair say that?
Leduc is a French name.
It is.
Leduc is a
We're named
French
after
name,
Father
but-
Leduc. And
Okay.
who he is, I'm
Oh,
not 100% sure.
Excuse me.
Thomas, but if you ever confuse Beaumont and Leduc
Oh,
ever
they're
again...
the same thing. It's like
It's not the same thing,
No, no,
Thomas.
no, no, no,
It is
no.
not the same thing.
It's like that French suburban rural town.
No, we're not French. Okay, here's his French. I had to take a class when I was in grade 5 or 6 that was French, but that was a class you went to sleep in.
Yeah, but that's like across Canada. That's across Alberta.
That's
man.
across Alberta.
All those Beaumont motherfuckers are all French immersion.
back
Beaumont?
to my-
Those Beaumont motherfuckers.
That's what they are. It's like a turf war, Beaumont and Leduc.
Yeah, no, they're.
Am I
but-
wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
I
They're
think
all
you're high
assholes.
on acid or something,
High
man.
on
That has
acid.
not happened.
If
Come on.
you confuse Leduc and Beaumont, you're high on acid, Thomas.
Well, you know what? I did do it for 10 years
Yeah, I
straight.
bet-
so
I bet-
maybe
I
effect
bet you
stuck
did.
around.
Yeah, for sure.
Had some good times though. Let me tell you.
Beaumont is a little bit more
Woo!
south than Leduc, right? It's a little bit more south.
I think it's
Or
actually a
I
little
think
bit
it's a
more
little more
north.
No,
Northeast.
Beaumont's more northeast than
Yes,
Leduc.
yes, northeast.
Yeah,
just
like
a little bit, though.
ever so slightly,
God,
just
like
enough
by
to make
15
it like
minutes,
matter.
not even.
Therefore, Leduc is still closer to Edmonton, though.
Oh yeah, like Leduc County is like 5 minutes
yeah.
down.
The county of Leduc is closer to Edmonton. Yeah.
Yeah, for
We're
sure.
closer
it
to
is.
the airport. That's basically our airport.
But Leduc, to give you a point of view of what Leduc is, if you don't know what it is, it's probably the place you missed on your way to Calgary. If you
Yeah.
blink, you missed it.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I've never met anybody that's actually been to Leduc. I've met so many people that have driven through Leduc, though.
No, like if people know what Leduc is, they live there.
Oh yeah, no reason to stop.
No, there's no reason to stop. There's nothing there.
Yeehaw, Leduc!
No, L.A. Crude. You got a really
Yeah,
good rugby
yeah.
team.
Oh my God. Okay, Leduc has the #1 team of rugby in Alberta right now.
No.
I'm not saying there's
and,
like
and
a
the
lot.
Edmonton
There you go.
rugby union.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
there's some things Leduc's known for. Like, have you guys heard about that naked cult that got arrested from Leduc?
Tell us more.
You guys didn't hear about that?
No.
So there was a group of people, and I haven't heard about this in a long while.
Hold
so
on a minute. Let me just. Okay, let's start over this. It's a naked cult. From
Naked
Leduc.
cult. Naked. It's not a cult. So, I don't know if you guys are on Snapchat.
I just no, I'm not on Snapchat.
So there was this big Snapchat story. They actually made a big story about it. It made headlines, where these group of people were arrested, and they arrested them. And they found a family in the trunk of their vehicle, and they were completely naked.
An entire family.
Not maybe two. There was some family in the vehicle and some in the trunk.
Okay.
So they pulled over on the highway. Not the highway. I don't know if they hit the ditch or whatever.
Yeah.
But then cops showed up, and this family apparently had accidentally got some tea that was hallucinogenic.
Oh my God.
this
So they
family-
drugged them.
Yeah, so the family was high on drugs, and they were all completely naked, and they ended up kidnapping this family and getting pulled over somewhere in Leduc.
That's awful.
It was awful, but nobody got hurt. Nobody died.
Oh, so people people are okay.
Leduc people.
They'll just drug you up, but they're not gonna kill you.
They just freak you out a little bit, rough you up, but you know,
It was just
nothing major.
And it actually made headlines.
Yay, Leduc! We made headlines.
We were put on the fucking map.
That's about it.
Wow. Well, good. It's a good thing that we have these awesome suburban rural towns like Leduc and Beaumont and Sherwood Park and St. Albert and Gibbons, Tofield, fucking. What else is there? Daysland. Jesus Christ! I feel like I'm really
Daysland?
stretching it out. Remember,
What is
that's
Daysland?
Daysland's pretty far away.
Why?
There's also fucking. Well, in BC, there's a place called Anus. That's kind of cool.
Anus, eh?
Yeah,
Hell
Anus.
yeah.
And when you drive
Next to
to
Hope.
Calgary, there's two little areas, two
There's
towns.
a place called Gun, and they had to remove that.
That's pretty sweet.
Really?
That sign is GUNN.
Yeah, and one of the
and Highway 666, they had to remove too.
What?
Yeah.
There's
they
a
renamed
town
it.
called Gun on Highway 666.
Yeah, I
That's
think so.
amazing.
Somebody
That is
in the
amazing.
comments, you can correct me if you can.
On the way to Calgary, there's two towns. One's called Airdrie or Airdrie,
Yeah. Okay.
Indeed.
and the one after that's called Balzac.
Yeah, ball sack.
Ball sack.
Air dried Balzac.
Yeah, ball
Air
sack.
dried ball sack.
Ball sack.
On the way to Cowtown.
Yep. Because guess what? That's what's going to smell like soon.
There's a nice little town in northern Manitoba called Fling Flong.
Fling flong?
Fling Flong.
What the hell?
And in Newfoundland, there's a town called Dildo.
Yep. Yes, there
Indeed.
is. Yep.
Huh.
Canada's great.
Anyway. So
Moving on.
God bless.
So guys, the first time I met Riley and Liam
Indeed.
was at Analog Brewing.
It was our sponsor.
Great little bar.
Pay me. Anyway,
Pay
so
us.
just saying, it was a Mario Kart tournament because Analog Brewing puts these tournaments on every once in a while to get some populace out and get them try amazing beer for the first time.
It was
Yeah.
honestly, like I have to say, I wasn't big into the craft beer scene, but after going to Analog, like I can't say I've had this is sponsorship aside. This is my genuine like input. I've never had craft beer better than at Analog.
Oh yeah, no, they
Yeah,
have great
there's
stuff.
definitely
I've
one of the
never had
companies
a
out there
bad
that I
homebrew
like the
there.
most. 100%.
Like honestly, it's crazy how good it is.
Yep. They're always trying something new. Right now they have this pepper beer. It's like jalapenos, poblano, serrano peppers, like,
Huh.
and they don't open up, like there isn't any seeds or anything in the beer, but it, like when you drink it, it's not spicy, but
But it's
it
got that
tastes
like.
It's got that
it
kick.
tastes like a pepper beer, which is interesting.
Shit,
like-
I haven't tried that yet. We gotta go back.
Yeah,
We
it
have
just
to.
came
And,
out.
like usually, I make an effort to go there at least once a week.
And then they have
Yeah.
this other one. It's called, oh my God. Sorry, guys, if I don't get this right, but I think it's called like Barroom Brawler or Bar Brawler or something. And it's a smoked IPA. So it's a smoky tasting IPA. So then I told Adam, one of the brewers there that owns the company, along with, oh my God, sorry, Brian and whatnot. But I have this and I drink it. I'm like, oh, it's an IPA. I'm like, holy fuck, it tastes like legit like it was smoked in a smoker. And then Adam's like, so, hey, what does it taste like there, bud? And I'm like, I swear to God, drinking this, the smell alone, all I can think of, and this is going to sound weird, but my dad was a Boilermaker and he used to smoke cigarettes. So I'm like, this smells like a Boilermaker that's been smoking cigarettes. And he just got home and had a beer. And that's what this tastes like. Tastes like a guy who was a Boilermaker smoking cigarettes and there's dust everywhere. And he's like, is that good? I'm like, yeah, I love it. It's an awesome IPA.
Right on. That's
This is
good,
kinda
like,
weird.
tactile
I thought a
information.
similar thing when I was driving a big 5-ton Penske truck for work. We were using a rental that day because my regular truck had to go into the shop for a new sticker on the window there. Anyways, there was a smell in the truck, kind of like grease and maybe like air fresheners or something.
Oh yeah.
Something you would typically smell in an auto body shop or, when manly men use these vehicles.
Manly man.
And I had to say, it reminded me of my father. Just like driving around that truck.
Yeah.
I smell,
It's
I
just a
smelled
smell you have,
something. Something mechanical, oily, the air freshener. Maybe it was the truck my dad used to drive in the early 90s or something. And it smelled very familiar. I'm pretty sure that was like, that's the smell I associate with my father.
That's kind of nice though.
And I wonder
Yeah.
if smell is actually totally a neglected thing, but I'm thinking that for every person we know, or maybe every life event, there's a smell associated with that.
Yeah.
that
100%.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Every home you've been to.
Like even in my house, like there'll be times where I smell something. I'm like, I'm remembering something, but I can't actually put my finger on it. Does that make any sense? Like,
Oh yeah, it does.
like it'll take you back just from the smell.
It's like deja
And it
vu,
is the
man.
weirdest
No,
fucking
it really
thing.
does connect you.
It does.
To your,
It really does.
memories.
Okay, so guys, I have to piss really badly here.
Okay, so on that note, we'll be back in
No,
No,
5
don't
minutes.
pause it. Don't pause it, Tom.
No, can I just run out, piss, come back, and then
let it roll.
let's
Oh,
yeah,
all
just
right.
Let it
roll.
roll. We'll do it live,
Okay,
man.
we're doing it live.
I don't know how
Fuck
long
it.
you guys usually run for, but I'm cool with staying here till like 10 p.m. doing a podcast. So
Oh
it's
no,
up to you guys.
we do an hour and we're at the half-hour mark now, so you have more than enough time. Just take your
But then
time
it'll
there,
be
bud.
right back.
Oh, God damn it, Riley. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm like 4 beers deep right now.
It's 4 beers deep.
Oh,
Serious. Well,
This is
Curtis,
serious shit.
right now it seems like you got a bong in your hands.
Well, you had 5 large ice cubes in here about 20 minutes ago. And now they're the size of
Sounded about-
M&Ms.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
okay. They're cold and ready.
The water's cold. Too bad I don't like this fucking shit. Ugh.
Oh, you don't smoke weed, man?
I smoke a little bit of weed, but I hate bongs.
Well, you
Oh,
see,
fair enough.
with this hash, I kind of threw away the deadline or the punchline there, but I had a bunch of weed, and I cut it all out. And with the crystals of the stuff I didn't want to keep, I made
homemade
hash.
mash. Or,
I made
what?
hash.
Mash?
Mash hash. Close enough.
Hash.
I'll give
Homemade
that to you.
hash.
And it's CBD hash, so it's like it doesn't really even get me all that high. It just like makes me super focused. It's like the best way I could put it. So it's really good, and it's smooth.
Yeah, we need you super focused, Tom.
Super focused. Yeah, we don't need a riled up Tom that's been bashing stomach tattoos and women with half cut hair. And
Foot tattoos.
Brian James Newberry.
He's not a woman.
Fuck you got against pixie cuts, man? They look
Pixie
good.
cuts are the worst.
They can look good. I mean, like,
No.
if they got the right face, they can rock that shit all they want.
What kind of cut is a pixie cut?
Pixie cut's like half of your head shaved on the side and the rest is grown up.
No,
and
it's
a little
called
short.
it's called a Skrillex.
No one calls it a Skrillex.
But yeah, no, that's a good mental image to have in your mind, though.
No one calls it a Skrillex. Just saying.
I'm saying everyone does.
You have to do like the good old slam there, Riley.
Well done.
Enough.
Bam.
Good
you got it.
enough.
At some point there will be
Sit
a handle
down.
there.
Sit down, my boy. Get comfy. Yes.
Perfect.
So I'm just loading up some Tom hash.
Some homemade Tom mash.
Some Tom
He said
mash.
it. He said it too.
Dude, you just started a trend. What did you think? This
There
is
you
how
go.
it starts.
I'm pretty trendy.
Okay, so how long these podcasts usually run for? An hour?
About 2 hours.
2 hours? Okay, we got some subject matter covers. Let's push it up.
Oh,
Let's
buddy.
push it a
hold-
little bit.
Whoa. Take it 2 seconds back. It's time to take some hash bong rips, man.
Take some hash. Can we vape in here?
Yes, you can vape only in this room.
Only in this room?
But try not to be too excessive with
Oh,
it.
And I'll be chucking
I'm
clouds
not,
right
I'm,
now,
not
Riley.
I'm not a cloud chucker myself. I'm more about the
Okay, boys.
nicotine
I
content.
have a few things I want to talk about. So the subject today is about the difference between people that grew up in the 90s and people that grew up in the 2000s. The one thing that was a big part of my life growing up in the 2000s, because I already had developed a little bit in the 90s,
Indeed.
and was CDs. So I'm wondering if you guys ever had a Walkman, or do you
Oh
do you
yeah.
own any
Well,
CDs?
when I was a kid, I had a Discman. I used to walk around with like, you
Take
know,
rip
like
on that.
10 or 15 different CDs, and used to love that shit.
How
man.
old were you? No, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm not a weed smoker myself.
I mean, if you don't mind, I'd say probably like, I don't know, like 9, 10.
Take a rip, bud.
Oh, wow.
got
That's
a
pretty
light.
cool, man. Do you still have those CDs? Because I noticed
It's
the other
lit.
day, all my
Oh.
fucking like best CDs I got rid of because I was sick of them. Because I listened to them for 10, 15 years. I got tired of them and I got rid of them. And now, nothing but disappointment when I look at my CD rack.
Oh no, you keep keep those. Like
Yeah,
me and Liam have this
terrible.
discussion quite often. It's like we're kind of not looking forward to the point where hard media, where like physical media, is going to become a thing of the past.
It will be.
It will be.
It will be. And like even looking at like video game sales, like right now, a majority, especially PC gamers, because they're making up like they're a big chunk of the video gamers.
Yeah.
Most PC games are pretty much sold online. If like, I can't think of the last time I actually bought a physical copy of a video game for the PC.
No, it would have been like
been years ago
It
for
would
me.
have been years ago for
It
sure.
would have almost a decade.
It would have been, yeah, and so, like, I mean, see, like, it's weird to think now that, because I was born in the time, like, I was born in 97. So, like, I grew up on SNES and N64. And,
Hold
like,
on a minute. Hold on before we get on to that, because I feel like there's a bunch to talk about here, and you said you want to talk about a bunch. So here we go. So
Yeah.
I grew up first before we could even get cassette tapes because they were expensive. We would have vinyl, and if we wanted to listen to it, we'd have this shitty corded headphone. We'd have to go up to it, sit down, put the vinyl on, and listen to it. And that's how you listen to music. It wasn't portable yet, is what I'm trying to say, right? So eventually, cassette tapes came out, and they were not cheap. For a cassette tape, it'd be like $45 Canadian.
Oh
back
my
then,
God, really?
which is like basically like $90 or something today.
Jesus Christ.
You know,
That was
Oh,
state-of-the-art technology.
Yeah, because it was a magnetic stripe. That's like, and
Strip.
you guys also, magnetic
Strip.
strip, right?
Okay.
Sorry.
English second language.
Yeah, I'm ESL. Anyway, so eventually, like, like when we could get cassette tapes and a Walkman, you could like walk around with your music. That was like, what?
Yeah,
That's
and
a
the key was to
thing?
get a Walkman that didn't jump your CD.
Oh
so-
yeah. Oh man,
it
the
was-
bright
it was
yellow
called-
ones or the Sony
Oh
gray
yeah,
ones?
the
were
sport. The bright yellow ones was the sport edition.
Yeah,
so they had the
those
best
were
ones.
good.
And they also had a feature called G protection.
Yes.
And so that was-
Gravity protection.
Yeah,
Gravity
so that
protection.
way when you're like
G
moving around,
protection.
your CD doesn't skip, and then you don't like have to. It's kind of like a record. When the record skips, the CDs,
Yeah,
the CDs
yeah.
do that as well.
I imagine after like walking around, right? Like bumping around the
That's one
town.
bud.
And the best thing to
Next
do is
song.
if you don't have a proper CD case or Walkman case, you just use your fanny pack. That was kind of like a thing in the '90s. It was these like
Yeah, right around the fronts, right?
or the back if you're Earth side. I like the side because that's more tactical for myself.
Because then you know what you could do with these
Fair
too.
enough.
You
It's
could
like
put them in
utility
this
belt.
stereo system that would play the radio, and you would have two cassette sides, and you could record whatever the radio plays. That's how
That's
we
crazy.
ripped. That was the first way to rip music.
Have you guys
back
heard about
then.
that?
No.
Oh,
Like,
Tom, can you go more in detail, please, for the
Okay,
boys?
well, you'd get a stereo, and the stereo would have radio on it, right? So you'd
Yeah.
have a blank cassette tape in one of the tape decks, and there would be a record feature. So the record feature is to like record exterior sound, and you're playing your tape deck through exterior speakers, so it's just recording the speaker. But it's like it's done like perfectly. Like you would tell you when you listen to it, it'd be like, oh, this is the actual song. It's not recorded or anything. Like it sounds perfect, right? That was like the first way to rip shits off. Other than there used to be tape traders back in the day. So how people learned about metal here in Edmonton was to trade tapes.
Yeah, the community would actually come together
and just like
and then do
hand
tape
them off.
swap.
Yeah,
because
like Sweden,
shit.
Europe, like
and they're all custom tapes.
yeah,
so they're all
States,
recorded off the
Canada,
radio or
yep.
when they were touring or like visiting, the foreign countries. They're able
you
to
could see
record
some
it.
of these
Yeah.
ads in the magazines. Like it was like for a tape, send $5 to this address, and they would mail you a tape. And that's how I found out about some metal back in the day.
That's crazy.
Is that you'd have this
No, that's
magazine and they'd be
sweet.
like this ad, like, hey, if you like these bands, and they wouldn't say what bands were on the tape, but they're like, if you like these bands, like I don't know, Celtic Frost, Annihilator, just like these old '80s thrash metal bands, like you might like some of the tapes we have. Send $3, $5 to this address, and like a tape, like a blank tape, and they would record it for you and send it back.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
But okay, on the difference between the '90s and the 2000s, people. Here's the thing that drives me nuts about being born where I was born. Now I don't know if my circumstance is different than most people who are born in like '97, '98 era, but for me, I was like I still remember the times where if I wanted to watch something on TV later, I had to buy a blank VHS and record it onto that VHS.
Oh yeah, that was like a religion for us.
That
man.
was and that I remember my mom sitting me down the one time, and all controversy aside from Michael Jackson, but like the tape I remember is Thriller, and she had Thriller taped on VHS, and I remember like that was crazy. Like I thought that was so cool that she actually had that forever, and so I was born in a time where I can appreciate, and even I'm laying in bed sometimes and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, it's crazy that I have Spotify and I can pull up any music that I want.
That dude, to think like that back then, you'd be
It's-
called insane.
Yeah,
you'd be
like,
like, you're a
absolutely
fucking
nuts.
crazy person.
Absolutely crazy.
How are you gonna carry 3,000 CDs on you? Get real.
like and
Yeah,
it's
no, it's
absolutely
all at your
mind-blowing.
fingertips,
And-
right?
And I think
Like-
to myself, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm so lucky that I can literally, I have Spotify and I have my phone. And
Yeah,
while-
Curtis and I grew up in the feudal age, man.
yeah, like,
You
even,
had to fight for that. You had to fight for that shit. Give me that album. Ah! Give
and-
me that band. Damn it. Ah! Not Metallica. Ah!
and that's absolutely crazy to think because people everybody likes music. There's not a person I know who doesn't like music, and like whether I'm outside having a smoke or going to sleep, and I will always have music playing if I have nothing to do.
Okay, Game Boy. You guys ever play Game Boy?
Oh
yeah.
Oh, not advanced, but like the gray ones.
Yeah, the gray ones.
No, you
My-
didn't.
my-
No, you
my
didn't.
I had a
cousin,
Game Boy. And I had
5
a
years
Game Boy
old,
lying.
Color.
had a Game
I
Boy
went
that
from
he
Game
let me.
Boy, Game Boy Color to the DS.
How would you get a Game Boy in the 2000s
He's an
or
old
late 90s?
soul. We understand now.
I don't think Jeff Smith had a fucking
They
Game
had
Boy
those
around.
at
He did. My grandpa gave me the Game Boy.
yeah, flea markets.
Yeah.
You
no,
know, flea
it
markets.
wasn't even.
Oh, let me guess. Leduc flea markets, the best kind.
No, actually, so the first time I had, like, the first ever gaming system I had was when I was born was an SNES. And I remember, like, the first time I ever got into video gaming was I'd watch my dad play it. and then
Oh.
N64. And then the one time we were taking a road trip, and my dad came up. He's like, "Hey, I got a gift for you guys," and it was a Game Boy. And like I had the Game Boy, my brother had the Game Boy Color. We'd switch back and forth. But yeah, that was my first ever handheld video game. Was the Game Boy.
But what about you there, Liam?
I played my cousin's Game Boy a little bit, but I did hop on that Game Boy Advance more so. That was like
Game
more
Boy
when I
Advance
was
is
a
the
kid.
best like handheld ever.
Oh,
It's like a Super Nintendo in your hands.
I never got to try the advanced one.
Oh hell
Yeah,
yeah!
so many good games.
Had like Super Mario World on it, like when it came with it.
Fire Pro
And-
Wrestling are great.
right on all the Pokemon
I just
games.
like the Fire Pro Japanese games. Anyway, yeah, Pokemon games you could do. I like the Metroid games that came out for them.
Yeah, like I think they had some remastered old Metroid games that they threw on there. That was cool shit.
It was it was. It was pretty neat. But like I mean, because Thomas, I know you. Like you're not a big gamer of the new era. Like you
I
stick
try.
To
I do play Sea of Thieves.
you play. Okay,
That's one game.
if anybody here like is playing video games on a daily basis, and you tell me that the newest video game you play all the time is Sea of Thieves, people are gonna think you're fucking crazy.
I'm probably a little crazy.
Really? Do
Yeah.
you think that's out of date?
I don't think it's out of date. Like for me, like Witcher 3, and Liam can back me up on this, or like
Yeah.
anybody who plays video games nowadays, Witcher 3 will still now for me is the best video game I've ever played while I was living and breathing. And
Yeah,
Sea of Thieves,
it's
I
pretty
think,
good.
has potential, but it is a shell of a game that they pumped out too early.
Nice.
Sorry, like they're. Is there something wrong with the Lucky beer that he's pointing at, or?
I don't
Oh.
know. Is there, Curtis?
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, what is it, Curtis?
Oh, buddy, he's never shotgunned a beer before like that. You know what he didn't do?
What?
Well, he was sucking from the bottom like we all should be doing, but he didn't crack it open on the top there.
No, I did. I tried to crack it open.
Yeah,
but I
how,
did-
how do you
Oh, I
even
don't
how do
know.
you even
How
do it
could
if you
I-
don't crack
How
it?
could I drain a beer in the time that I finished almost the same time as you did? How could I do
Oh,
that?
That's accusations.
Pass me another beer then. I'll do it right here.
We don't have any more.
That's what I thought. I did not sip that
It's like he
thing.
knew.
And I was surprised myself that the thing actually went because I didn't crack it that much.
Right on.
Well,
Okay.
I guess we'll have to find out another day.
Are you familiar with the phase of movies that came out in the 80s? Typically fantasy and sci-fi movies that use the technology called animatronics.
Yes. Like, are you talking about like
Animatronics like stop motion animation or
Oh,
like
that's partially one. Movies like Gremlin
yes.
and
Aliens.
Star Wars?
The Dark Crystal,
oh yeah, like all the old
Are you
like
talking
Troll.
like practical effects?
Labyrinth,
yeah, like all the old like Jim Henson movies and stuff, right?
some of those,
Like,
yeah. So I've been on a little bit of a kick on that
yeah.
genre for a bit,
Hell yeah.
and I'm just curious to see if people of your generation are familiar with that kind of because right after that in the early 90s, that's when CGI was becoming developed.
Yeah, like Jurassic Park comes out and
So
like
Oh, but
it was
I
a
mean,
hybrid where they were using a bit of both.
a little yeah.
But the animatronics in Jurassic Park were outstanding. The first
Hell
one,
yeah, they
the
are.
first one for sure.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah. So are you guys familiar with like the Dark Crystal?
Yes.
I don't
I
think
think so.
I don't think I've ever seen the Dark Crystal. I haven't seen a lot of like the 80s ones with like the puppets and stuff, but I mean, no, I've seen like Jaws and stuff like that. Like, that's all pretty.
Those movies are super expensive.
Come on, Mushi, we
I
gotta go.
think that's probably why they.
Goddamn Dark Crystal still in my heart to this day. Oh, shut up! Oh, what the fuck is that asshole's name?
Get the Dark Crystal.
Oh, I hate that guy. He's the worst one.
Hey, that wasn't an actual.
Yeah, he does that in the movie all the time. What the fuck's his name?
No, he doesn't go.
I hate that guy.
Oh no, that's
Was that 8-Bit Tom saying that?
I don't know anymore. Fuck. I hate that guy.
All right. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
What's the other? I always forget this. There's two movies that came out. There's one that's called Labyrinth
Yeah.
Yep.
with
Bowie and
Bowie?
Jennifer Connelly.
where he abducts a young girl,
Yes.
and the other one was Tom Cruise's first movie. He had Tim Curry in it.
Oh,
Curry.
Legend, right?
Legend.
Yeah.
So-
No, I've seen that.
So I'm a big fan of Legend. I mean,
Legend is a kind of a cringeworthy, creepy kind of film.
Super cringy.
Because Tom Cruise is just so innocent. That's his first movie.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And it's a little bit homoerotic, but I mean that's
Yeah, a little. Well, so's Top Gun, really. Like, fuck.
Oh, Top Gun's worse than Legend for that.
if you're not familiar with Legend, Tim Curry portrays Satan.
Yes, he does.
And his version of Satan had a huge amount of cosmetic construction on his head with the massive horns and the facial features. And there's actually a brief scene where you see Tim Curry portraying Satan, a full body shot, which is very difficult to do in these scenes. I think it takes several hours to do the cosmetics per scene.
Oh, I can imagine that. Yeah.
And I've read a little bit about it, and apparently that rendition of Satan using animatronic / cosmetic builds and constructions is probably one of the best ones, because typically when you see these films with the what do you call it when you create extensions in the fingers and extensions in the fingers and the horns and the things. Well, there's a name for that kind of stuff.
Prosthetics?
Yeah, prosthetics. So the problem is when you see the fingers like vibrate. So when a character is coming to contact and catching something or holding something, you see the prosthetics or the additions onto the cosmetical structure. That you see it kind of like shake a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah,
I know what you mean, but it's like
so.
so very hard to notice even most
It
times.
is. But I mean, like, looking at movies nowadays, like CGI, how do they have more of a budget for CGI?
What do you mean, shaky camera syndrome? What the fuck do you think?
No, but you would think that for practical effects, like making it animatronic, would cost
Shaky
more.
camera syndrome.
What do you like? What do you
Shake that camera. Shake it. There's a fight going on. Make sure they don't see anything.
That's movies are too easy to choreograph.
That's how it is all the time now, because they don't want to spend the proper
It
amount
is.
of
They
time
don't
on
want to
it.
spend the amount of time or like the proper amount of money to actually make a good fight scene. So they make it a shaky cam.
Shaky camera syndrome.
It is. It's bad. But like,
Have you seen Alien versus Predator? Shaky camera syndrome
have.
every fight. Never saw who hit who. It sucked.
But you
Yeah,
like.
I was kinda
but
that
going to
District
Curtis's
9
point, like,
thing,
are we
too. They
familiar
did
with
that
like
a lot.
practical effects for like animatronics? The amount of like, for me, I would think that would cost more money to make an animatronic than to CGI.
Of course it does.
It's about man hours. This is how long it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
and like, but it's just crazy for me to think that like an animatronic. I don't know if it's just like the difference in currency between like the '90s or the '80s and like now, where like it's.
Well, that's a lot to fucking look into.
It is, and like it's. We
We
don't
just have to put
look
it
into
down
that.
for like it being like the 2019s, and now everybody thinks you require this type of camera and these new things to make a movie compared to put somebody in a suit and make a great movie like Ninja Turtles 1,
Yeah,
which was animatronics, but it was a guy it was a dude in a suit.
It
it
just
looked
sucks
great.
to think that these
God's
actors,
still
like
so great.
majority of the time when they're acting now, or like they're doing a scene, it's just a green screen behind them,
Yeah, I know.
and if they're riding
Oh.
a dragon, it's on like
Yeah.
a green saddle.
Or blue screen.
Or blue screen.
Yeah, like it's just. It'd be more fun to be in those scenes with animatronics or like practical effects, where like a majority of the
Yeah, where
scene-
something's like actually like real,
when-
like it's
when-
actually
when you're
there,
actually there.
being
You know what I mean?
filmed.
Like it's bizarre
Oh, yeah.
to think that like if anybody watches Game of Thrones now, that like a
Oh,
majority.
okay,
of the
hold on. No, I got to cut you off there. So, all right, I just sorry, I just remembered something I wanted to ask you earlier. So I remember being a kid, like looking forward to movies like Super Mario Brothers, which I ended up paying. My dad paid for me, my brother, and my sister to go see, and we didn't like it. We cried, I think. At some point, we cried. And then he took us to see the movie Double Dragon, and we cried just as much because that movie was awful. We hated it.
Oh yeah.
And then,
Wait, what do
so-
you mean cried though? Like cried out of pure frustration? You were
oh,
there?
it was
Like-
awful. We
Cried
hated
out
it.
of
It
joy.
hurt our feelings.
Dude.
So what I'm about to bring out here, what do you think of the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh my god! Don't no.
He has
Oh,
human
man.
teeth. Human teeth.
Oh,
No,
it
I
looks
heard they
so
fixed that
bad,
scene.
dude.
I don't understand how these
Doesn't he
movies.
look weird?
He looks
fur.
like shit, man. He looks like
Oh.
fucking garbage. Like, how hard is it to make a movie that is so easy and is literally sitting in front of you? How to make the fucking movie, and it's like they go out of their way to fuck it up.
They did make it really nice with the Paramount with the rings going around. I was like, oh, it might be good.
That was cool.
That
was
good.
good.
Explain
good.
a little bit here. What? They're making a movie about Sonic?
Yeah, they are.
It
it's
looks like
already
fucking garbage.
Jim Carrey's the bad guy.
He's Robotnik.
He's
So-
Robotnik. Yeah.
So
Slash
live action,
Eggman, whatever you wanna call
obviously
him out
live
there.
action, and then who?
It's live action.
live action.
Is Sonic CGI?
Yes, he is.
Cyclops is Sonic's partner.
They said they were gonna fix it though. They said
guy
that
who
they were
plays
gonna fix the way
Cyclops.
Sonic
Yeah,
looked.
no,
Yeah.
but dude, that's just
a bad
that's
guy.
a bigger issue.
guy who plays
like if they
Cyclops
could
in
fix
the
that
X-Men
in 6
movies.
months.
That's what I mean.
right.
If
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
making a movie about Sonic the Hedgehog, you think it'd be a little bit harder to fix.
If you
Apparently
could
he's
just go back
like
from
he's
scratch
like
and
it
fix it in
fucking
6
breaks
months.
the speed of sound now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Sonic was very fast because he would drink up to 100 cups of coffee and then he would just go really quick. He's not a fucking speed of lightning guy who can stop time.
He's not fucking Flash.
So there's a bunch of bad shit going on, and
It's stupid,
the
man.
fans were outraged, and they since changed how Sonic looks like. He looks more like Sonic now, but
Speaking of reboots,
ugh.
Aladdin.
Yeah,
What about Aladdin?
I
don't
laughed
know.
the first time I saw that.
I didn't see that. I just
Oh,
saw.
there's an Aladdin movie
I saw
that came
a
out?
poster in a
Will
bus
Smith is the
stop.
genie.
And
No,
Will Smith is a genie,
no,
which is awesome. I think that's cool.
Yeah, but he looks like shit.
Does
Well,
he?
he did.
He looks.
Oh my
very
God! Did he
blue.
make it? He's still blue, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sadly, he is, and that's the problem.
What do you mean that's a problem? You should still be blue.
Okay, hold on. Keep talking. I'm gonna try and find a picture of it for you.
Oh
Just
my
keep talking.
God.
He looked pretty gold to me. I don't know if I saw a
Gold?
bus stop poster.
The
driving
genie's
by.
only gold once he reaches like the enlightenment zone, like
Super
in that
Saiyan.
movie or
He has,
whatever.
he has the gold.
He becomes
like-
Super Saiyan, yeah.
genie.
Super Saiyan genie, you get 5 wishes.
but I mean, like they.
Oh hell yeah!
It's just I don't. Like genie would be like Will Smith as a genie would be kind of fun, but I mean like they changed it now. I think they fixed
They
it.
changed the recipe. Okay.
Like they're not making him blue anymore. They're just letting him be. Will
I'm just trying to
Smith.
imagine myself when I saw Aladdin for the first time, and then also watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and thinking
And,
that
like-
guy is going to portray Genie in 25 years.
like that
Who would've
Kroger
thought?
crossover.
What the hell? Cool, man.
Here,
The
Thomas.
future's great.
This is what he looks like. That's what he looks like.
No creativity,
Oh
but at
my
least it's
God!
funny.
How could you
Hell
fuck
yeah,
up how
why
the
not?
genie looks like?
I mean, they're trying to.
By
Oh, I
making
can't
it
take that
live
seriously.
Can I
action-
see, please?
It's like a buffed version of Will Smith.
I mean, when
buffed, air buffed.
air buffed, a little frostbitten.
He's gained some weight. Good for him.
Good for him.
when
He
Robert
gained weight.
Williams plays the genie,
Robert,
what is it?
Robin.
Fuck's sakes, Robin Williams. When Robin Williams plays a genie, you already have big shoes to fill, and when you make the genie look like that, I just don't. I honestly don't understand.
But you know what the thing is though? I don't think it even matters. That thing's gonna make $1 billion
Oh, yeah.
anyway
It's gonna
because,
make a bunch of money.
because people are just gonna go see it because they already like
Money,
Aladdin,
money, money,
right?
money, money, money,
What do
money,
you
money,
think,
money,
Curtis, about the new
money.
genie?
He looks pretty cool.
You think he looks cool?
Yep.
I don't know. I think he looks like a wrestler. He needs a tag team partner or something.
He's pretty jacked. So that's,
He needs to get the tag teams. Anyway, Curtis, didn't you say that you have a plug-in with Rock Hard?
no plug today. I do have a plug for our own social media stuff.
Oh, well, okay. Well, in that case, let us go to Curtis plugging
wow.
our social media thing. Apparently,
media
I
outreach.
haven't heard of it, so this should be interesting. Ring the bells! Ring the bells! Go Quarter Porter! Quarter Porter!
Good citizens of Earth, we find ourselves in a time of great uncertainty, worriness, and disappointment. Such maladies are symptoms of living in the age of the Anthropocene. As a result, we all seek forms of escapism, ways of distraction and numbing, using substances, consuming creative media, such as reading a novel, engaging in virtual reality, or losing yourself in a film. Fear not! The great Canadian hosers are here today
Yes!
to supplement your distraction and pleasure. You may follow us on the Instagram and the YouTubes and other thingies on the interwebs. At the Great Canadian Hosers on all platforms except iTunes at the moment. Fuck you, iTunes.
Fuck those guys.
Hail Satan!
Hell Satan. Hell Satan.
Oh shit, man! If that doesn't sell you, I don't know what will.
There you go.
That's awesome.
So we're in the day and the age of the Me Too and the call it outs.
Yes. Pound me
And
too.
you
Time's
guys
up.
you're in your early 20s, and this
Yeah.
is a very important time in your life where you
Lots
become
a lot of complaining in your
you
time.
develop. And,
lot of
and
complaining.
as young men in this time and age. It must be difficult to kind of like, I don't know, navigate the world in a PC world, and we're thinking that you must be extra sensitive about everything.
Yeah. Or
and
do you
what
guys
say.
feel more sensitive?
And are for example, are women as bad as they perceive on the media and on the news?
Oh, they're the worst.
They call that a culture. What's your perspective
For
on that
me,
these days?
I went through 2 years of theater arts school at McEwen, and I was a minority in that class as a white straight male. And no, time out. Now, here's the thing.
Hashtag timeout.
And here is the thing that like I wanna explain to you guys. They aren't as bad as they are perceived on the media. And for me personally, I think this Me Too movement is great in the sense that I think this should like right now for us, it's a big shock to our system because it is something that should have been talked about long ago. And like for me as a white straight male born in Leduc, Alberta, when I went to Edmonton to be in theater arts, for me, my way of life was kind of challenged in the sense that, like, there were phrases I used that I couldn't use anymore or, like, I shouldn't use anymore. And I will say after 2 years of theater arts, my vocabulary has changed. Where I'm about to stop and see something, I'm like, wait, should I actually say this? Or should I, like, the B word shouldn't be, like...
What's the B word?
Bitch.
Bitch.
Bitch!
Bitch.
Bitch!
So you're more
Biatch.
sensitive in how you navigate conversation? Is that what you're saying?
It depends. Like now, for me, when
Depends who
and
you're
it-
with.
It depends on who you're with, and for me, when I say words, and here's the thing that is like with society, it's like when I was growing up in high school, like gay was the thing to use, or part of my French, but fag was also like gay. It was a word that you would call each other, or you use like. Yeah, boomy. But like it's one of those words. It's like when you're in that area or that group, it's like, you know what, things have to change. And like I mean, if you look back at times in history where like people were fighting for black rights, like Martin Luther King was taking the stand, and like it was a big thing. It was hard for people to adjust to it because it was engraved into their identity. But I mean, like it's just one of those things that you know what, maybe for me to stop using that word as an insult. It's not that big of a deal. It isn't in the sense that like people who are actually affected by that, maybe I should stop saying that. But I mean, it's also kind of shitty in the sense that when I was a white straight male going to McEwen, people would point their fingers at me like I couldn't have a stance. Like honestly, I could not have a stance on this subject because of the way that I was born or the way that I looked. And like, yes, they're right. I had privileges in the past. But I wasn't born in the past. I was born in 1997. And for me personally, I try to put it aside. Like I don't look at roles or like women and think, oh hey, this is great because she's a woman. I put it aside. I'm like, this is great. Like she is doing a great job in this movie or she's doing a great job in this show. But I don't think, oh hey, she's doing a great job because she is a woman. If that makes any sense to you guys.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and like and that is a big thing that like. They're fighting, as everybody in this room here is a white straight male.
Indeed.
And so
Did you just
Most of the time.
assume? Did you
Most
just
of the time.
assume?
you have a wife, I've seen your girlfriend, and I've talked to you enough, Liam, that I know we're all... That we're
I
all
can't believe you just assumed.
no, and like, you know what, I mean... and
My feelings are hurt.
it's going to be...
No.
Are your feelings hurt, Tom?
No.
I'm sorry, Tom.
His
Sorry,
feelings
go
are
ahead.
Billy Buck Roscoe
I'm
was
just trying-
responding to Tom, so that's why you opened up
I know.
earlier. His feelings are hurt, but you don't have to acknowledge that too much. Your feelings are hurt, Tom. Your feelings are hurt, Tom. You don't have to acknowledge that too
This
much.
is a safe
Okay.
space,
Go on,
my
Liam.
man.
Go on,
We're
Liam.
in the
Your
South.
feelings are hurt, Tom.
I've acknowledged it, and I'm moving on. Where was I?
Oh, thanks, guys. I love you guys.
But yeah, I mean, it's just it's one of those things. But like, I mean, it's going to be hard for society to adjust to it. And I'm proud of Canada in the sense that we legalized gay marriage, and like we were taking huge steps forward. But I mean, here's the problem with it is because we didn't think about it. It wasn't a big subject
didn't
that people
think
talked
about it.
about.
You think about it, bud.
I didn't think about it. Sorry. But we didn't think about it until it was a big topic. And then like as soon as it hits the media and it just becomes a big, it's like we were forced to adapt overnight. But I will say the one thing that I do not agree with the new wave feminism is they hate
Boo!
they hate and I was even.
They
with,
hate everything.
They do, and I was with somebody in my class who would tell me every day that she hated men.
Yeah, she had blue hair too. Right?
No, actually, she didn't. She didn't dye her hair. But
Interesting.
and I'm like, that's kind of shitty. It's
That's
like,
kind
you know
of a
what, like,
stereotypical thing to say, Curtis.
It is.
I'm old and I'm reckless.
But I mean, like, it's just like
You
it's
got
kind of
nothing to
shitty.
prove.
I would consider myself a feminism in the sense that I don't like, and me, I was lucky enough to be born in the era that I'm in, where it wasn't a big deal, where racism wasn't as prominent. I mean, it's still an issue, and feminism wasn't as prominent because, well, they've made progress. But I mean, like, it just kind of sucks that no matter if I want to help them or if I want to fight on their side, like, I'm still kind of
You're the outsider.
I'm the outsider. And like it kind of sucks because they're kind of forcing me not to label myself as a feminist. If that makes any sense. Like feminist has changed. It has. Like feminist now is like, for me, I am 100% with equal rights. Like I think it's absolutely ridiculous if a woman makes less money as a male if they're working the same profession or the same area or range. I think that's 100% ridiculous. But I also don't agree with man hating, so I'm not a feminist anymore. If that makes any sense to you guys.
I feel that they won't have to fight so hard when time goes on because these douchebags that are causing women to earn less for doing the same job, they're old and dated.
I know, man.
100%.
And talking about old and dated.
I think they're going to die on their own eventually, and then the problem will solve itself.
in
It will.
20 years.
It's because
yeah.
your generation, our generation, we're woke, and I think we're gonna have these issues, and then they're making a huge fuss when something's just going to go away on itself in time, anyways.
It will.
I mean, that's obviously sooner the better, of course. Not to say we should
Yeah.
kill the old white guys.
No, but they're gonna do that
Kill
themselves.
all the old white
Like I
men.
said, just give it 20 years.
No, and that you are 100% right, Curtis.
What are you trying to-
100%.
what are you trying
Talking about the
Tom?
old stuff.
Is there something you're trying to tell me here?
Yeah.
Sign language. What's
These
up?
are millennials, right? Well, technically we're millennials
Well,
too.
technically we are, but
Indeed, but we're all part of the same thing.
But what's some of the new games you guys play? You said I don't play new games.
This is a better
You say
topic.
Sea of
what
Thieves
the
isn't
fuck
a
is this
new
Fortnite
game.
crap? You guys play that
Yeah,
Fortnite?
I do
I
not
played
play
it.
for.
I
Never
played it.
once in my life. I
Good,
can
good.
swear
it
on that.
It sounds like a pile of shit.
Okay, so like me, this is a good area for me because I've played everything, like old stuff, new stuff. So what do you guys want to know about new video games that I could hope to enlighten
I just want to know
you?
what you're playing right now.
No.
What new games
okay,
are you playing?
Answer Tom, and then I have a question too.
So what am I
Next.
playing right now? Well, I've been kind of busy recently with my new job and getting everything sorted out with that. But right now, I found myself playing a lot of Fortnite,
Oh my god.
a lot of Apex Legends.
Ugh.
But okay, we're gonna get to this because I don't know why you're groaning. Like yes, kids played them. Yes, kids played Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite's kind of a cash grab, though.
Okay,
You know.
do you
It
play it
isn't-
on console?
PC.
Only PC?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
available on console?
It is.
It
Yeah,
is.
It's available on like
You
anything.
tell me, like Liam. And here's the thing: like I've stopped playing Fortnite, and I get why people
No,
hate it.
you just say you play Fortnite.
I have been playing it, but not recently.
But
Like,
I've
recently,
also
recently.
stopped playing Fortnite, right?
Oh, we got a bunch of quitters here on our hands.
Well, I mean, like it's the battle royale thing now has run its course.
Oh, not
where
that
it's-
game. Oh
What?
my god.
What's that?
What Battle Royale? Really?
But it was a cool idea when it first came out.
Wait, do all these games that you talk about have
They're like the same thing.
microtransactions
Yes.
involved?
Yes, they do.
So are they free to play games?
Yeah, and they are.
Yes,
and like,
they are.
And
But
Liam-
like not.
you
not
tell me
really,
You got to
though.
pay money
No,
for the good
it-
stuff.
It is.
buddy.
No, you don't. You don't. Fortnite, I will give credit in the Fortnite. The only thing you can spend money on in that game is cosmetics. It will not affect gameplay. It'll not affect what items you get in game. It'll just affect the way your character looks.
Yeah, but that's
What
still
other
like
What other new games you guys play? How about you, Liam?
me.
Yeah.
I've been playing a new game called Imperator Rome.
Okay.
It's
what's that?
it's a strategy game, grand strategy game from Paradox
Nice.
that they fucking destroyed the landing on. That game is broken as hell right now, and I feel like
Well, that's not off to a good start. Okay. so-
Rome? So
yeah, it's just like a
Augustino!
I'll
get you next
Roma.
time, my man.
I'm gonna go conquer Palestine.
What about old games?
That's
you
what
guys,
it's all about.
Do you guys play old games?
I grew up on old games, man.
Old games?
Well,
Well, what's,
like-
your,
It's
what's one of
because
your
your
favorite
dad,
old
right?
games?
Riley, your dad was into that shit, so then you were into that shit.
Yeah.
He was.
My
like,
dad threatened to throw up my fucking computer and destroy it. Like,
Oh,
that's
man, what?
that's the relationship that we had.
Brutal.
It's the opposite.
But no, like honestly, I'm glad I was
You didn't
born and
shovel the
raised.
driveway. I'm gonna take that fucking tower and throw it in the fucking driveway. You can shovel it up after in bits and pieces.
Yeah, that sounds about
And,
right.
like, I mean, like that. I'm sure that if I was born in that time, like I mean, any adult.
What's one of your favorite maybe old Nintendo games or something?
Old,
You have an old
S-
Nintendo in front of you? What are you going to play?
3 games I'd pick from.
What's that?
Turtles in Time,
Oh, that's pretty good. Turtles in Time, Super Nintendo, though.
Hook.
Hook's also Super Nintendo.
That's what he started on.
Oh,
was
okay, Super
SNES.
What
Okay,
are you
hold
talking about? NES?
Oh, no, we're going with SNES.
SNES.
That's all right.
I've never played. Like I didn't have an.
Well, what's your
NES.
third game there? What's the third game?
Third game. Probably. Oh fuck. Castlevania. Or Ghosts and Goblins. Those are the top
Ghosts
two.
and Goblins. Castlevania, I was going to shake your hand. Now you say Super Ghosts and
No,
Goblins.
no,
Come
but-
on.
What's wrong with Super Ghosts and Goblins?
Oh, that game sucks.
Liam,
Almost as
did
bad
you
as
play
Ghosts and
NES?
Goblins.
I did actually have an old NES that I got from my aunt that I inherited.
Nice. It's
when
in the
I was a-
family. What kind of games does she give you?
Oh, like the ones that came with it, like that
The two games?
Super Mario Duck Hunt.
Yeah, Duck Hunt's
thing.
awesome.
And sorry to say, but Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh, fuck Ghosts and Goblins off.
I think it is bad. At it.
Super Mario 3. That was good shit. Old
That game
school.
sucks. Super Mario 3 can go die.
What are you talking about?
That
Super
game's
Mario
an
3.
awful game.
Tom has a aversion to Super Mario 3
Oh, it's the
specifically.
worst game ever.
I
Fuck
mean,
that game.
you should respect his opinion. He's got some pretty good reasons.
I have some strong feelings about that game. We're not going to get on it, though, because we're running low on time.
No, we have all the type of world.
No, we're
Well,
running low. We're going to
what
have
are
to
we
wrap
running
this
at right
up
now?
here soon.
What are we running at right now?
Oh, well, you know what? None of your fucking business.
You know what? Let's add half an hour.
What?
You know what? You've told me and Liam we're doing a podcast for probably the last month.
All right, well, this is a special super podcast then.
Thank you. We're running an extra half hour.
We've done podcasts upwards of 3 hours.
All right,
so-
well,
Okay,
on
thank
that
you,
note,
Curtis.
it's time for Thomas to take a piss then. How's that? You guys can go talk shit about me when behind my back. With Stone Cold, you said you beat me with one arm tied behind your back.
I haven't played a game, sat down and played a game on a regular basis in 2 years.
Really? What was the last game?
World of Tanks, probably. I play a lot with Thomas's
Right,
brother.
That was a good one.
That
It's
was
a really
good one.
fun. It's the only free-to-play game that I've ever played,
Yeah.
and I pay like maybe a little bit, like $10 or something. Once
Every
once
year
a
and
year.
there to, like,
I played it for like
unlock a
5
tank.
on and off for 5 years. No, it's fun because you play with other people. It's a team. It's a strategy game where you work as a team. Because we had a clan in the last couple of years there, so we were
Oh,
able
okay,
to-
right on. So you went like pretty hardcore.
So
into
we
it,
were
right?
playing regularly with the same people. So
That's
it's kind of like
awesome.
being on a team.
Yeah,
like
and
an
then you
actual
did develop your tactics
sports
and like
team.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty neat.
I'm like, wait a second. I'm just sitting here in another dimension, and this pretending to be a tank guy when I
Yeah.
can go out and play an actual sport.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
So then I started playing rugby, and then
Right
I had
on.
a bunch of other hobbies as well in the real world.
Yeah.
And then watching TV. So I kind of I'm substituting playing video games with real world sports. And I train at the gym, and then I'm very active. So I can kind of get a bit of both worlds. Like the thing about video games is that is like escapism.
100%.
So recently I'm thinking I'm still spending like maybe an hour and a half a night, an hour if I have time to watch The Sopranos or something on TV.
Yeah.
And then, well, what's the difference between that and playing a video game? Well, Curtis, myself, I'm a multitasker, and it's hard for me to stay still. So while the TV show is on, I'm cleaning the dishes, I'm sending text message, I'm making email, I'm multitasking.
Yeah, whereas like a video game like just like demands your constant attention, right?
Yeah, certainly. So, video games is the escapism. So you're only doing that one thing. You're able to like go somewhere else in your mind, if it's a really good game. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
For
yeah,
a long time. Whereas when I'm watching film or the TV series, I'm actually able to do other things while participating and viewing that content. So I think that's probably the main reason why I don't play games anymore. It's just because I feel like I'm too busy.
That's fair enough. I kind of feel that too now, even though I'm only like 21, so it's not like real life is really set in or anything like that. But even like more so like from now compared to like me in high school and middle school, Like it's just like you don't have enough time to really like sink your teeth into something, right?
Do you feel like you have a lot of spare time right now, Liam?
I feel like I have a decent amount of spare time, but I like try to fill it with like
You work full-time
stuff
as well?
like that. I work full time, but like
Yeah.
you know, I try to spend time at like the library or like
Yeah,
longboarding
that's
and
cool.
stuff like
the
that.
The library is
right?
a pretty cool place right now.
Oh, honest to God, yeah.
There's a lot
it's-
of new Edmonton. The city of Edmonton has developed or built a couple new libraries.
Yeah,
which
yeah, yeah.
I
they've been
haven't
working
I
on
haven't been
that?
inside, but I've heard about them, and they seem to be pretty cool. But let's not talk about the fucking libraries right
Yeah,
now,
no,
boys.
fair
But
enough.
I
yeah.
think my point is every year that you're alive, more things accumulate in your life, which is
yeah,
obvious.
No, I can
Of
see
course.
that. Like
100%.
more
And-
responsibility every year, right?
And like I'm essentially a bachelor. I have a girlfriend, but I'm essentially a bachelor. But I don't have any kids or pets.
yeah,
And yet
yeah.
here I am, struggling to like find time for every little thing because they're so busy.
Yeah, so could you imagine that with a family, right?
So like I'm telling you guys, you're going to be much more busy in 8 years.
No, and to add to your point, like where you say that you're too busy for video games, and for somebody like me, like I've been an avid video game player all my life. Like I was borderline addicted to them. Like I'd come home from school, sit down on my computer, go to bed, wake up, repeat. And it's at the point now I'm like maybe I'm not busy enough in my life because I spend too much time playing video games. And like for me, like I have cut my video game playing drastically. Like it's incredible. Like I sit down on my computer now and I don't want to play them because I feel like there's much better things I can do with my life than playing video games. And
Tom's back.
Whoa!
and
Wow!
but like you
Yeah.
know what? No, and and for me, I think I'm being unfair to video games because like I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing them in your spare time.
Get out of my house.
But Thomas, like every time I've hung out with you, we're not playing video games. You work a full-time job. You got a fiance.
We'll play video games sometime, bud.
Yeah,
You know.
everybody
Tom has a 3-day weekend. This allows for a lot of extracurricular activities.
You know, all
Yeah,
I'm
that's
doing
a
tomorrow is
good
working on the
point.
motorhome. If you're bored, oh wait, you're working tomorrow.
Damn
Yeah.
straight, real job.
Sure, sadly, yes. But I mean, like, it's I don't know. Video games, like, I love them to death.
I know. I was just kind of half cracking on you, man.
No. Like, I get it, and like, I will always, a majority of my life I've spent playing them, and like, I've always been like a super avid gamer. But I mean, like, and there are things where you think to yourself, I'm like, well, like, there are better things I can be doing with my time. Like, I can be, you know.
Yeah. Once you become an adult, yes, that's all you think of.
Yeah, that is. But I mean, like, and that is a thing that we shouldn't be thinking that way. In my opinion, we shouldn't be. Like for me, like I owe a majority of the way that I am to video games. Like I was born and raised on them. Like I have some interesting ideals from them. Like
Well, okay, and you know, talking about those ideals and how there's an age difference. How's the dating scene like nowadays? Because Curtis and I dating, that's like, well, when I used to date, it was totally different. It wasn't like it is now.
It's like, hey, I know this girl.
yeah,
We'll go out to the bar sometime, and I'll invite her, and then
Yeah.
you two go
That's-
play pool.
yeah. There was no phone, internet thing, so it's like you'd go to a bar or a pub,
but
You know,
and you'd drink, and you'd buy her a drink, and then you would take it from there. That's how it was back then. You're like, hey there,
you know,
you know what?
how's it
and now-
going?
now
Bible
I'm drinking
studies
here.
is a really good spot to meet the girls as well.
I wish the
Because a
dating
a
scene-
woman likes a man with a good reading voice.
It's true.
and I
a
wish
good
the
audiobook
dating scene was like
narrator.
that. I
How
do.
is the dating scene now?
Going back to like what you guys were talking about, like how it was more face to face, the dating scene, and I think that would be way better in the sense that, because like you know, I'm talking about right now like how I've got a job and I got modules and I got all this stuff going on in my life. I don't have time to go home and be like, hey, and like, because when you have a phone and you have a phone on you 24/7, you're expected to answer that phone all the time, and
It's like a full-time job.
it is a full-time
Yeah,
job,
exactly.
and like, and it's not to say that the women that I talk to are like I'm not interested in I'm not interested in them. It's more the sense that like, hey, can we spend this time being face to face instead of being over the cell phone? Like for me, I'm very sarcastic. I pride myself on my sense of humor, and it's kind of hard to display that over text messages. And so for me, I would much rather get to know the woman I'm pursuing face to face than over a phone. If that makes any sense at
When
all.
was the last time he called someone?
Never.
I
man.
tried-
I never do. He's the only one that calls me. It's all over text
It's all-
messages.
I think
then-
Riley has an old soul in him. He's got an old spirit.
I think he might be.
That's why you should play NES when you're a young guy in this
That is-
generation. You're going to be more likely to call someone.
Gets in that mind state, right?
Tom and I, we only really speak over the phone.
I never
And
text. I try
that
never
is
to
a great
text.
way to do things.
If I text you, I'm pooping or something else.
That
Probably
is a
I'm pooping.
That is a great way to do things. And honestly, I wish that was like, I can't fucking stand texting. I hate it. And all my friends will tell me the same thing. You call all the time. Every time you want to
Why
talk,
do you call me all the time, man? That's why I bought a phone, Steve.
Yeah,
That's why I bought a phone,
it is.
Steve.
It is. And it fucking sucks. I hate texting.
Yeah, because you also don't answer texts, though.
Because I think it's fucking stupid.
That's an allegation
But
made
if
by
you-
Agostino
It's an
towards
allegation.
Dimitri.
whenever
Damn
you
straight.
whenever you call me, how many times do I answer the phone? All the time.
Honestly, 100%
100% of the time,
Yeah,
it's
usually
every
pretty good
time.
because it's a little more urgent. But I mean,
No, it's not urgent. I'm just like, hey, if we must talk to me, let's fucking talk, and not fucking text.
let's set up some plans. Yeah, no, but like definitely like on the dating scene
100
like
minutes?
that, there is a little bit
10
of a
minutes.
weird abstraction, you know.
No, we got all the time in the world.
No, we have another 15 minutes to go there, Curtis.
For 2 hours?
20?
For an hour and a half.
20, 25?
No, we're going for 2 hours.
30 minutes.
This isn't a bargaining
30
source.
minutes.
No.
Okay, guys, we're going for another 30 minutes.
Let's listen to the audience. Do you guys want to hear us go for another 30 minutes?
Hey, I want it for 30 more minutes. Hey, I want it for 30 more minutes. Actually, no, let's make it 35. Let's make it 35.
Boo!
All right, let's...
No, we got 15 more here, guys. Let's
Okay,
do
sounds
this.
good. Is there any more topics you guys want to tackle? Well,
Yeah, any more hard balls you want to throw at us?
Do you have a hard... Well, how about that time that I kicked both your asses at the Mario Kart tournament?
you play second. You play second, Thomas. So
you
let's...
kicked one half of this room's ass.
You kicked
Like
one
to make
half
that.
this room. But let's look at the bigger picture. The three of us cleaned up that fucking tournament.
No, let's look at the
Yeah, we did.
the even bigger picture.
Let's
though,
look at
in
the
that
bigger picture of
I
me-
cleaned up the fucking.
No,
tournament.
no. Liam wasn't that good. He won by 1 point.
1 point. That's all.
One
That's all that
point.
matters, my
If
man.
you were as good as you were talking about,
I had to take one of you guys out. I had to take you out for one race. I had to fight against 2 people, guys. It's the odds.
Listen, let's try it again next time around.
You
We'll
got it.
show it's not a fluke.
You got her, Pontiac.
you got her, Pontiac, Thomas. You got a story you wanted to share today
What's that?
about the...
still a bit of sign language.
Yeah. That's right. Have you guys ever taken Gravol over the counter?
No.
I don't think I have.
So there's this diphenhydronate that you can get over the counter. It's called Gravol.
Okay.
What does
Oh,
it
yeah?
do, Tom?
Well, it's supposed to kill stomach virus or any kind of virus you have
it
in your
eases your
intestinal
stomach, so if
tract
you
or
have
whatnot.
shits, you take Gravol.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I lived in Nanaimo, BC at the time, and I had like this awful virus in my stomach. Like I'm talking about, like I couldn't sleep, and if I tried to sleep, I had to sleep in like the fetal position with like pillows in between and shit, with like the windows open. I was like profusely like sweating.
Fuck
And
that.
then it came at the worst time because I was like moving back to Edmonton like the next day, and I felt like this for 2 days straight, and I still felt the same. It's like I didn't eat anything in 2 days. I was like super dehydrated, and I decided to drive back anyway. And
Oh,
all I had
shit.
was like a 2 liter of ginger ale and like a jar of peanut butter. It's all I had in the front to like to eat, because I know I could keep that down. And I still ended up like pulling over and like puking my guts out and whatnot. It was awful. It was awful. And then eventually I get in a place called Hope, BC.
Oh yeah,
Aw.
beautiful place.
Where Rambo got filmed, guys.
yes.
It's over.
And so it's funny that I end up pulling over there, and I feel awful, and I find where the hospital is. So I go to the hospital, and this lady's like, "Oh my goodness," because I'm like all pale white, super pale white. And I'm never pale white, guys. I'm like always running hot. I'm like red hot tomato.
Yeah,
Most
so
of the
you know
time,
something's wrong when
Hence
you're
the last
looking.
name.
My last name's Redmond. It has nothing to do with that, but anyway.
Does it?
No. But anyway, so like you go there and they're like, "How do you feel?" I'm like, "Oh man, can't keep any food down. This is happening. Haven't peed or pooped in a while." And like, okay, here, go grab Gravol. So then I get this Gravol, and I have my GMC Vandura motorhome.
Woo!
It's a small van. It's a small van. It's
Hell
not like a
yes.
22-footer like I have now. It's like just a normal van.
You're balling now, man.
Yeah, so then I'm in the back, no lights, and then I read it, and it's like, I thought it said take 1 or 2. Gravol.
No, you read the bottle. It said half.
Yeah,
And
it
in
meant to
in
say
your French mind, it said
1 or 2.
1 to 2.
But it meant to say take half of it, and it's a suppository, so you gotta put it up the good old number 1 hole.
Number 1 hole, you're gonna put up your.
No,
PP?
put up the
Your
pooper.
PP?
Number 2
Put up the
hole.
pooper.
Oh,
Number
okay.
2 hole.
That would be number,
Number 2.
hole.
Number 2 hole, and I ended up putting 2 in, and
And the number 1 hole, too.
not
for some good measure.
and I was parked at the Esso, right off the main drag.
So
and-
you're putting things up your butt in the gas station washroom.
no, in my motorhome.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, in my motorhome parked there.
I mean, there was a guy.
I had blinds. So
There was probably a guy like standing by the door that would have done that for you. Up at the
maybe,
washroom.
but anyway, I put them up, and
Efficient VC.
I ended up being in like my boxers, shirtless, like walking outside with slippers on. Like it was so hot, just because I was so dehydrated that when I took this Gravol, I felt super drunk. Like I felt like the village drunk. I was super drunk, and I ended up going to the SO, and I'm like, I need water. And she's like, oh my goodness, and phoned the cops, and the cops came down. And
Oh
like,
my God.
this guy's not drunk, he's dehydrated. And they're like, holy this
Holy
guy needs
shit.
help. And they brought me back to the station and gave me a towel. Told me to sleep it off there, and they gave me water, and they drove me back to my motorhome the next day, and I was on towards to Edmonton.
Holy shit!
That was a pretty sick
That's
spot.
pretty
Crazy.
brutal.
You had a few little stories from that trip. I don't know if you want to. Anyways, the next subject.
Anyway.
You mentioned the Fringe, Riley.
I did, yeah.
So the reason why Riley had such a supreme command over his acting on the Rise of It Baton episode 3 is because Riley's actually an actor, and he actually has some gigs coming up here, some
I do.
real deal gigs.
Real deal.
I wouldn't say real deal, but they're
No,
gigs.
I would own that shit.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
they're
so
real deal.
Maybe
Real deal.
maybe
Real deal.
plug what you're playing, where you're playing, when, and then talk a little bit about what you're doing in the Fringe.
Okay, so in the Fringe show, we'll start with the Fringe show.
Sure.
I'm not really too sure when the dates are. We're still trying to figure it out with the people, like with the people we're performing at. But we are doing a show. It is self-written by the director that is performing it, Sean. I am playing Andrew.
Sean, yes, Sean.
Oh yeah, Sean.
Good old classic Sean.
Subject matter. There is a little bit of subject matter. I'm going to be naked on stage. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You get, like,
Cleanest
totally
and everything?
naked?
He wants me to wear a cock ring. So I don't know if that involves me actually putting my cock in a ring or if I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
I can hook you up with that.
That's what I mean. So like, my scene's funny. I advise him checking it out. I will give the actual dates to Tom's the next podcast he
Very
posts.
bold of you to assume that.
Tom, will you plug my Fringe show?
I'll plug your Fringe
Thank
show,
you.
buddy.
So
Look at
the
that.
actual
You can't
dates
see
will
him
be
in a cock
verified
ring,
soon.
man. You can't make
He's
it
going to be
call
wearing a
that.
cock ring made by Anaconda Squeeze.
The show is called The Long Ride.
Yeah, it's
course
long,
it
right?
is. Of course it is.
Riley's long ride.
Yes, that
And
is-
then so that's at the Fringe.
that's at the Fringe, and then I'm also in Red Deer, this July and August doing Macbeth and the
It's a pretty
Tempest.
serious role there, Macbeth. Who are you
Oh,
playing in Macbeth?
no, I'm not. Honestly, I don't know who I'm playing yet. I just know I'm in the show.
As long as
so-
you have a Danish accent, I'll be happy.
No, I got a red beard. That might be Macbeth enough. But I mean, like, yeah, come check it out. Red Deer is a place that needs some of the arts involved in it. So I think it's great that Red Deer has a program like this, and we just need more people coming out to watch it. So if you guys want to come down, it's a free show. It's based on donations. There's a beer tent.
Oh.
So yeah, I'd love to see you guys there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my plugs.
And so, so the Fringe is a summer event for what, 2 weeks in
Something like
Edmonton
that, yeah.
by
2-3
White Ave.
weeks,
So
yeah.
we talked about White Ave a little bit before in another episode.
We did, White Ave.
And there's a certain character that's
There's a lot of special people that are around White Ave.
there's
And the
there's
best
zipping
people in the
down and
city.
rollerblades, shirtless guitar guy.
Shirtless-rollerblade acoustic guitar guy.
Yeah, shit. What's that guy's name?
Arthur.
Arthur?
Arthur.
Sure.
Tom
He's always
actually
down
kind of
there, man.
lives next door to him for a little
I
bit.
used to live on top of where he used to live in the basement
No
suite.
way. Was he always just rolling around his pad?
All the time.
Like, play?
Every day. Every day. You know, in New News, somebody saw him in crutches.
What?
I am not shitting you. Someone saw Arthur in crutches. Somebody probably accidentally hit him with their car.
Yeah,
Jesus
probably.
Christ!
Gets he rollerblades on the street.
I'm moving. Get the fucking
I hope
everything
his
that's
guitar
always
is
here
okay.
for.
Do you think his guitar is okay?
I hope his guitar smashed.
No.
What?
Tom.
Fuck
He's
you,
at
Arthur.
peace with the world, Arthur.
What's wrong with
Oh.
Arthur? Was there some drama with you and
Oh,
Arthur?
there was
No, there
there
wasn't.
was some drama, Curtis.
No, he's
Let's get into this.
he's harmless.
He shut the water off on us on the first day.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah,
shut
because
the
he's the
water off.
basement suite, so you have the access
You
to
were-
that.
And you were the one that hit him with the car, wasn't it?
It was you all these years later.
I did not hit him with the
Somebody
car.
hit him with a car.
I did not hit him with the car, but one time I was driving down White Ave, and guess what? He was rollerblading on the inside lane, the fast lane, dude. So I come up behind him, I look at Angie, I'm like, are you serious? Look at this guy. He's like, yeah, why is he in the fast lane? I'm like, why is he in any lane? So Angie's like, don't honk, you might stop, you might hit him. I'm like, all right, fine. So then I'm like, go into the outside lane. I start rolling my window down, and Angie's like, be nice, be nice. I'm like, I'll be nice. Get right next to Arthur. Get out of the inside lane. You're going to get yourself killed, you maniac. And then went on straight. Then I look in my rearview mirror, and he moved out to the outside lane.
And I guess he did not take that information.
I
for
don't
long.
think he took that information all the time.
Is this before you lived with him?
No, this is while I lived with him.
Oh, nice. So you have a rapport at that point.
Oh, yes, absolutely. There's many stories of
Anything
me.
else, please?
Oh, you want more?
Yeah, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
like
let's
what-
go.
Well, there was one time.
Smokes. Let's go.
Did I tell you that? Did we already plug the eagle? We already plugged the eagle story.
He's a
on here.
druid. We understand.
Okay, yeah. There was
Move
another
on.
time where Angie and I were. That's why I came down here earlier. Angie and Sunny, the beautiful Sunny, are here,
Ah, lovely.
and they're like, "We want to go to Nariani's." So I'm like, "Okay, give me another 30 minutes." So I'm like,
What's Ariani's?
"It's Southeast Indian food.
Oh, delicious.
It's nice." So like, we need to go there. I'm like, "I'm hungry. We'll go." So that's why I'm like, "Guys, we have half an hour." Anyway, one time
Fair enough.
when we were living on top of where Arthur's basement suite was, we go outside, and there's rollerblading guitar guy. He's rollerblading back, and I'm like, looked at Angie, I'm like, don't fucking even contact him. Don't say anything to him. Don't say a thing. Okay? And he's like, yeah. We go out. Hello, fellow dwellers. He doesn't just say hello. How's it going? Hello, fellow dwellers.
That's Soper.
That's Arthur. Yeah. Hello, fellow dwellers.
He's a pretty cool guy.
How are you
That sounds like
today?
it.
I'm like, we're good, Arthur. And then we walk away.
I can't believe this.
Angie goes, I like your necklace. I'm like, what are you doing?
Why engage?
What are you doing?
Never engage.
I'm like, get in the car. Get in the car, right? He's like, now he starts saying, he's like, I made this necklace. I made this out of hemp. I made the rope. And each crystal here means something. I'm like, that's fantastic. Get in the car, Angie. Angie gets in the car. Have a good day. You know, gets in the car, closes the door. I'm halfway in the car. This one means it protects your energy. This one means it protects your, I don't know, your chi. I don't fucking know, something. Every crystal had something. I'm like,
Yeah.
Arthur, that's absolutely fascinating. I gotta go.
That's beautiful.
Why? I'm going to Nariani's. Oh, please get out of the way. Because he was in front of my car. Like, get the fuck out of the way. This is like, I'm getting in the car.
He's like, this one is for
Like-
your inner chi, and he's like standing in front of your
yeah,
bumper.
it's in front of my Scion. So I'm like, get the hell out of the way. I want to go eat.
He's just oblivious.
Yeah, like totally just, where am I?
But he's straight edge though, right? He doesn't do
Oh,
any
no
drugs.
drugs, no alcohol, no.
But he's just like
He eats
aloof.
Brussels sprouts.
Are you sure? That sounds
Also, by the
like-
way, his tan is fake. He goes to Fabby Tan once a week.
He's fabulous, right?
man, this is a call out. I like
Also,
this.
for the
This
people
is-
that don't know, no, there are no brakes on his rollerblades.
he
Really?
just go. I'm surprised
Yes.
this man never got hit by a car the way that he acts.
I tell ya, that's probably why he's in crutches, man.
Oh yeah,
Like 100%.
man. Are there any other local Edmonton legends that you
Yeah.
could
There's
Dancing Dan.
defame for me?
You know, Dancing Dan.
No, there's nothing to defame from Dancing Dan.
No.
He's a pretty
No.
cool guy.
He's an honest guy, but he got fined once. He doesn't dance so much anymore.
Yeah.
Now. He's a
Oh.
distraction to traffic because he
This-
typically
yes.
dances in intersections along roadways.
Oh.
And I guess the police consider that as a
He-
distraction.
Yeah, he was playing with fire, I guess.
Yeah, he was.
That's bullshit because see those LED lights, those big
Oh, yeah.
you know, the
Big
big
bad
electronic
boys.
signs with the LED lights.
Oh, yeah.
What do you call
Yeah,
those fucking
yeah,
things?
yeah. Just like advertise neon.
They're so jarring neon
Oh,
lights.
yeah. Blinds you.
Yeah.
But Dancing Dan, you can't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you can distract people as long as you want, as long as you're selling them shit, right?
It was like Push Up Rodney, or I forget his name, Push Up Stu or something.
Oh man.
Yeah, that opens.
Good to know.
That was very
That was
Very
graceful.
subtle.
Very
That
ninja.
was a
That's very subtle.
graceful.
I
way.
tried real hard there to be subtle, but didn't work too well.
oh my god. Okay, how much time do we have? Because you have to go, right?
We have 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to go. All right.
You know, I don't
lightning
like that you keep
round.
asking me the time. It's like once you hear the music playing, that's when we're going to
Sweet,
start.
we're actually going to do that today?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we gotta.
That's our new
Play
format,
out.
everybody. Thanks, Curtis. I'm trying to do this like
Oh,
legit
nice.
here.
Hey, I don't know. Should give me a memo sometime. Yeah.
Give us a memo.
Well, Thomas, do you have any projects coming up on the old YouTube channel?
Yeah, thanks for asking there, Riley. I'm starting back up with 8-Bit Tom recording, so you can expect 8-Bit Tom and the Console Command to do a couple tracks coming up. We're going to probably have one show this year, and we're going to be releasing an album of a bunch of Mega Man tracks and some Contra tracks and something else. I don't want to say too much else,
Oh
but
yeah, hell yeah! You guys doing a live show?
at some point, yeah. I
Oh.
just finally acquired a third guitarist, and it took a bit, and I'm still looking for a keyboardist out there. If somebody out there wants to play some
3
keyboards in this
guitars
thing,
and
I'll find you
keyboard.
one.
let me know.
Seriously.
What's that?
3 guitars
3
and
guitars,
a keyboard.
Yeah, because there's a lot of tracks, right?
It's a goddamn Mega Man orchestra.
Because one of the guitars is going to be the vocalist, right? Just like in the video games. Like they don't really sing the video games, so you hear this high pitched thing. So that's going to be one of the guitars. It's all thought out.
Well, I hope you guys bring us back for some more.
Oh, absolutely. And
Because this was a lot of fun. This hour kind of flew by, or hour and a half, however long.
yeah, pretty much almost an hour and a half here,
It's
coming
a shorty
close.
today.
Do check out us on the Great Canadian Hosers. Check out the Rise of 8-Bit Tom. Check out 8-Bit Tom. Check out Sadistic Embodiment. Curtis Vievil's black metal band.
It's not-
He is,
it's
some would
dust.
say, the proprietor of the French toast, Sadistic Embodiment. Maybe he has that little Frenchness to his last name. You see,
I do, monsieur. I do.
he
We
loves
are-
French toast. He does,
Sadistic
but he makes
Embodiment.
fantastic pancakes. Let me tell you.
I'll show you my pancakes.
Oh, he made
anytime.
some six pancakes today. When I heard that must have been at least 1.5 pounds a pancake.
Yes, I did eat 6 pancakes this morning, along with one peck of bacon.
Oh, delicieux.
That's a nice accent.
I am a true Frenchman. I like the Quebecois.
Is Quebecois true French?
No.
No.
Most would say no.
Unless you're from Quebec.
Yeah. Even then, they should know.
But we don't, okay, Liam? We just don't. For I am born there.
I didn't know that.
I gotta get down there.
Vive
at some
Quebec,
point.
my man.
I was
He's,
born in Montreal
ESL, boys.
back in 1986.
I gotta say, it's probably the coolest place, like the most different place in Canada.
No, I hate it.
Quebec.
I fucking hate Quebec.
You hate it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, is it
I like
Quebec
these. I
or
like the
Quebec?
small towns. I like the small towns of Quebec. I don't like. I don't like the big city,
That's
like
not your
Quebec
scene,
City or
Thomas.
Montreal or.
So it's
Forestville.
Quebec, not Quebec.
It's Quebec.
Yeah.
Okay, Quebec.
Quebec.
Can we not end the show and talk about Quebec?
Why
Like
not?
I'd like
It
to talk
already
about a
happened,
million
man.
other
I-
things.
Like, what
Hey
else?
Thomas,
Like Ontario?
Analog this Thursday.
Analog this Thursday. What are you challenging me to something?
No, I just want to go. I just want to hang out with you.
Oh,
Analog.
yeah, I'm totally down.
Okay, Analog Liam.
Yeah, I
Curtis,
should be
You better
good.
be Analog this.
No,
Curtis,
I'm
what?
getting my non-restricted firearm safety certification that night.
Okay, Friday.
That's pretty official.
Friday night.
I guess so.
Okay, Friday night.
Friday night, I'm down. I'm down there Thursdays and Fridays. Analog Brewing, everybody, check it out. Oh my
Check it
god, I
out.
wish I fucking had the
They got
address
some
off the top of my
good-ass
head.
fucking beer.
And
Like 87th Street and 53rd Ave or something. It's an industrial district.
It's by the Hertz.
Right next to the
You
old
guys will
Oxy
know
Pro.
it.
Thanks for tuning in to the Great Canadian Hosers.
guests.
Okay, it was lovely. Thanks for having us.